What is going on YouTube?
Wait, can you see it?
Tube, I believe so.
Yo, yo, yo. It's a bit bright, no?
Well, lower your screen brightness.
Oh. Oh, there you go. Wait, I'm trying to see.
Even if it doesn't automatically live stream, we are recording. So we will go ahead and upload it at a later time. I'll just be sure to do it. Oh, kind of sad though that it's not working. But you know what? Let's just jump right into today's discussion.
Oh, I think we are. Okay. Sorry.
We're on the show.
I know. I still want to support it.
She said, "I'm watching anyways." Thanks for being a supporter of our show.
I'm also host/IT department. Even though I never fix the issues.
Hey, we're trying though. That's all that matters. Apologies, folks, for the drop frames and for the lag. Not too sure what's going on with Streamlabs. Apparently, Streamlabs isn't communicating, or the KBS is not being fulfilled, and my CPU is using up more than it should. Why? I don't know. But let's jump right into the show. This is Mixed Media episode 14. We're your hosts, live with Enrique.
Ariana Villalon.
And, oh no. I will remember you.
Maybe all the cords are being melted because of this hot weather.
What the fuck? Well, although our stream did finish, technically, because OBS not communicating with YouTube, we can just upload this at a later time. So apologies, folks, for those who did tune in and weren't able to see us live. Thank you for tuning in anyways. The video will be up shortly, later tonight, hopefully, if not then tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of talk about, let's just jump into today's topic.
Yeah, it's more of a relaxed
episode
conversation. Yeah,
because as artists, there's a lot of inspiration in life. That's our topic of today. And we can be inspired as husband, as wife, as brother, as father, as a son. We're inspired in many ways in our many roles that we portray throughout our life. But, I know some of your inspirations, but as an artist, I'm not really familiar with a lot of your inspirations. Do you have specific, artists, whether it be music, because I know music is what truly inspires and drives your work. Do you have other artists like animators, painters that you seek, inspiration from, because all I know is music, to be honest. And I kind of wanted to give you a little bit more of my inspiration as of recently. It's funny because we were having this discussion right before the show. I was kind of a little bit sad, but I kind of wanted to get my point across with Marino. But before our show, we were talking about inspiration and where he sort of brought in emotions and his cousin got it from. And now you sort of know where I'm trying to seek inspiration. But I kind of wanted to jump in and start off with you and sort of hear you out and what you have to say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have like specific artists. It's weird. Yeah. I don't have specific artists per se. But what does inspire me, and I'm sure a lot of people could say this, is Pinterest. I love going on Pinterest.
There are social media platforms that do influence your work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So Pinterest is probably the main source of...
I would say a mix of all of them. Definitely not Facebook, but Pinterest would be one of the top.
Facebook, you're a meme queen.
Apparently. Yeah, Pinterest definitely. I mean, I don't even know how many boards I have organized, but it's super organized.
You have more than me.
I do. I think I had the most pins when we counted.
Because we were at her family's house and, we sort of discussed, how
many pins you got?
How many pins you got? And she had the most.
Yeah, I think I have the most. Yeah, a ton of inspiration there from, I can't even say who the original creator is, just 'cause it's just constantly uploaded. Like, my mind just trying to understand how Pinterest works internally. I'm like, wow, whoever's in charge of this it's pretty awesome, because it's kind of like the more that you pin, the more similar inspirations or
tend
pins
to pop
up
in your feed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because that they made it to be that way. Look at the CEO of Pinterest. He's addicted to Pinterest.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
But you kind of have to be, right? For it to be successful, you kind of have to be obsessed with your
line of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you obsessed with your work?
I'm starting to get back to being obsessed. Yeah.
With your work?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's why, 'cause I see your inspiration and or I see your work and I see where you draw inspiration from, but I get sort of confused because I also see you drawing anime. I see you watch a lot of anime.
Oh yeah, I get a lot of inspiration from different mangakans, isn't that, or manga artists, anime.
Yeah.
To name a few, Cowboy Bebop, One Piece, Bleach. Yeah, the list goes on and on. I mean, from reading the manga, I get inspiration. I was telling Enrique, I used to listen to the Killer's Hot Fuss album while reading Cowboy Bebop fan fiction. And even reading comic books or stories inspire me. Let's see what else. Instagram, I would say, inspires me, but not as much as Pinterest, which is quite surprising. But there's a ton of great artists there. Recently, TikTok has inspired me.
TikTok is so informative.
Oh yeah, and the same with everything else. The more that you kind of let the system know what you like, what you don't dislike, it caters to you as an artist. So I've been receiving a lot of more artistic posts versus cat posts. There's a lot on my feed.
Guys, what I'm telling you, she used to show me TikToks. They were nothing but cat. It was like cat talk, basically.
Cat mom videos.
Cat mom videos, yeah. Yeah, and I really like that. It's interesting to see sort of how you work, or sort of, where the inspiration lies, because I just see you work sometimes. And it's funny, you do draw as our last episode. You did a painting, and where was it off? Pinterest.
Oh, Pinterest, yeah, that's true.
So it's just like, I never knew if you had one direct source, one particular artist that you adored or inspired you to sort of make your work similar to theirs, or put your own unique twist to it. And I was just like, I know that there are much broader things that inspire your work or sort of influence your work, but I don't know if there was one specific source,
No, I think the best way to describe what inspires me is it's like a rhythmic flow, or it's like a beat. It's not going to be the same every day. The pace might be quicker or slower, or in the middle. But it's all very organic. And
I sensed that from you. One day she was doing her drawings in alphabetical order, and I was like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. She was like,
I'm all over the place.
And I was just like, what does that mean? And she's like, I'm taking shows. You're taking shows that start with the letter A, then B, then C, and then starting from there and going down the alphabet.
And then just drawing a portrait of it, and then the letter would be in the style of the font that's used of the title of that particular. So the first one was Attack on Titan, and I drew Mikasa in kind of like a Gen Z kind of style, or Y2K, because she doesn't look like that for real.
Well, no, I know, but why didn't she draw her as a millennial? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I should.
We're millennials.
I don't know. I mean, at the time, I was looking. I think I was on Pinterest, and I was looking at the style where the girls are coloring just the part of their front of their hair, and I was like
yours.
Yeah, kind of like how I have now. Yeah, I mean, other people send me, my little sister, she's always sending me different hairstyles or nail. We've been really into nail art, and it's just it's constantly changing from other people or movies that I've seen. It's just kind of more of an in the moment inspiration.
Yeah.
or things that I've kind of held on to that I'm bringing up to light while I'm drawing, and I've referenced a lot of different inspirations into one art piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marino had a really good question for his cousin, and I think him and I, or you and I, had this discussion off camera too, and I kind of want to bring it onto the show. Are your emotions heavily influenced, or do your emotions heavily influence your work?
Oh yeah, I definitely say for me personally, it has to be.
Are you crying behind the screen?
No. No. I would say if you look at my work, I don't know if I could say it's dark, but it's definitely like a mix between more a darker style and like pops of color, which was I could say my style in college. It was very like dark versus light.
Can we see some of your images? Because I know we planned on doing that the previous episode, but we said we would show it on this episode because we didn't get a chance to last episode, since we were really involved into painting. But yeah, you had already selected a few pieces that you were willing to share with the audience.
Yes, give me a few minutes to pull those up, but let you introduce what your inspirations are.
Oh, wow. Oh.
When it comes to photography,
Yeah, for sure. Wow. Thank you for allowing me to express some of my inspirations.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I on the photography episode, we sort of talked on a little bit of my inspirations and who they were, and I was able to go ahead and collect those names and the people that are currently inspiring me. Right now, I'll go ahead and name a few. Kai, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name, but he used to be the host of another YouTube channel, Tech Today or something like that. Let me look it up.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the English. Well, he's Asian, but he has an English accent, which I absolutely adore. And I can't seem to find it. But for those of you who know who he is, Kai W, he is a photographer on YouTube that used to be the host of a show on YouTube. And, he went on his own path. Even though he had it good on YouTube, on this channel, he wanted to do his own thing. And I admire that. And just the way he holds himself, the way he's able to film himself and take pictures is so, like, admirable. Like, I thoroughly enjoy his approach on his work, And another person that I find inspiration from is from Samuel L. He's
Jackson? Samuel Jackson.
You're terrible. That's terrible. Jackson? Although he's a good actor, no, I do not find inspiration from him. His YouTube is Samuel L. Street Life. So he's similar in a sense where I think he's not in Germany, but I think he's in the UK as well. He's Japanese, he's Asian as well. And, he interviews photographers while they're out taking photos, and then he's sort of asking them a little bit more on their personal and how their personal life affects their work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to upload.
Yeah.
Got people looking out for us.
Got people looking out. Notified us that we are not live. But, another person that I was also mentioning earlier in our conversation, her name is, I mentioned her on the episode for the photography episode.
Yes.
Her name is Joanna Kustra. Sorry if I mispronounced her name, Joanna. But yeah, she's a really big inspiration, and the secrets of color grading and how paintings give her inspiration, and
she had good knowledge.
Yeah, her takes on color theory and how she approached her work, and I absolutely love that. And looking at her Instagram, just the way she takes portraits and her approach, I'm just like, I'm just in wow because of, you know, the images that she is able to produce. And then if we're talking like film photographers, the one that really always stands out to me, that's really controversial because although her photography was discovered after her life, is Vivian Meyer, but a lot of people are saying, well, you know, it's not really revolutionary. It's not stuff that we haven't seen before. You know, you can see Vivian Meyer drew inspiration from photographer X, Y, and Z. But the fact that she was from Chicago, she was an analog photographer, a medium format photographer, and she was a woman, you know, it was very inspirational. And I love how she was able to move in secret and really focus on her work. And she wasn't about the fame. She wasn't about recognition, you know.
I mean, like, literally, like, she
had totes and totes of film.
And even the way that she shot was very, like, low-key.
Right,
too.
you know, but I love how she was able to really close in on her subjects and capture and tell a story, you know. There are a couple other film photographers, but I'll save that for when we really dive deep into film photography. We want to keep this episode short, but yeah, just off the top of my head, those are a few photographers. As far as videography, Make Art Now is a channel that you can definitely go check out. And you know, that's just to name a few for video.
Yeah, I mean, like, bottom line, if you have access to really anything can inspire people.
Right.
And, you know, if you do have access to the internet, it's such a wonderful tool to explore. Because it's just, there are some people who are just focused on, you know, color theory. So much information on that one idea. And if you think about it, there's just so much more to be learned. And there are people who are just experts on such specifics, and you can also become an expert, which is such a beautiful thing, and more, because it's just, the resources are endless. Yeah, and even just going outside could be inspiration for you and for us.
Yeah, and it's funny because for me, I'm actually trying not to let my emotions get too much in the way in my shoots. Only because I find that when I take photos based off of emotions, sometimes I don't convey what I'm actually feeling. And when I'm not thinking about it, when it's not like a conscious effort, when I'm trying to shoot emotion or trying to convey a specific emotion while telling a story, usually my emotions do already alter my work. Like there's a lot of times where I look at my images, I was like, oh, I remember when I took this. Oh dang, I was kind of sad. You can just open it on Chrome. I was like, dang, I was kind of sad, because then you see that my images only include like one subject looking down or being alone, and like you can tell that I was feeling isolated, you know, or I was feeling a type of way with the images. And I just let my emotions run its course, but try not to think about my emotions and you know, sort of let it get in the way. You know, I don't try to have that at the forefront of my photography.
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't you show a little bit of your work, and then we'll show mine, and we'll sort of close it out on there.
Wait, how do I know? Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, I was like, how do I know if it's being viewed?
Go ahead. Oh, I love this piece.
All right, here's this one.
This one is probably one of my favorite out of most of your pieces, because the shadowing and the highlights you got like spot on.
Definitely. This one, I mean, with all of them, it takes some time to get it to where I like it. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate, is that you're always kind of shifting, undoing, redoing, second guessing. Like, it's a part of work. And this is the one that I actually didn't post on Instagram, but I ended up continuing the one I did, and this is what I resulted in. So there's actually kind of two versions of this style.
Yeah. And I love it because in a traditional photography sense, if you look at the right eye, that's what photographers sort of try to get when taking a photo, is that triangle.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
if you
yeah,
did
yeah.
that consciously or subconsciously.
Yeah, I was
but
looking at I think I looked up like shadows, face shadows on
And
Pinterest.
I love that because it was on Pinterest
Yeah.
and it wasn't a tutorial. You were just looking at images to reference shadowings and highlight, and you just applied it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, what? For me, because I'm not a painter or you know, that kind of artist, I would need a tutorial for something like that. But for you, you were just so easily able to apply it, and I absolutely love that.
So then we have this one here.
Ah, I
It's a
love those
lot more.
glasses.
I think I did this for work. We were having like a contest, and I submitted her. But yeah, I'm digging the lines, the jaggedness of the lines.
I love the scrunchies. You used an actual image for the scrunchies, right?
Yeah, I tend to do that. I use like stock images, like fabric or textures. I'll type in. And I'm known for making really elongated necks. I don't know why.
Mixed medium, really?
Yeah, it's definitely a mixed medium. A mixed medium. Yeah, some of this stuff is not even things that I grab from the internet. And yeah, when I do like the face part, it's kind of like me putting on my makeup. It's so fun, and like yeah, this one's a lot more brighter than my normal ones. And then the last one I mentioned, Mikasa from Attack on Titan. Her hair is not like this; it's all black. But I thought I'd mess around. She got pins in her hair. But yeah, I was gonna do like an alphabet, so starting from A all the way to Z.
You already started.
Yeah, the next one I had was Ichigo from Bleach was B. But yeah, I definitely have fun with this. I want to continue this so I can see all of it together, see how I've improved or see them lined up. I think would be interesting. Just because each genre has their own style to them. And that was it.
Agreed. And this is my work. If you could just scroll down. These top images. Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap up right now. Actually.
Wait, hold on.
So, these images actually were taken off phones, except for these two. These were actually taken via my first Nikon, which was a medium format. These were also taken on medium format, and from here on out, it was medium format. But then you can start to see where my line of work starts to change in college, as you guys know on the photography episode. Talked about doing photography and film, but I did black and white. I tried messing with colors, but as you see, these photos feel very saturated. I don't know why. I try not to bring up the saturation too much. It's just, it looks naturally poppy, which I'm not too fond of. But that's why I sort of like black and white, because it forces the viewer to sort of look at what I'm trying to convey and what I'm trying to do. And here are my most recent images. Right here, like, I absolutely love this one.
Oh yeah, I really did enjoy this one. Oh, it's so sweet.
Because my previous photos were of this older gentleman here by himself.
Oh.
And then here was this one of this older lady by herself, just walking across the alley. And then at the end, in the middle, I'm like, you don't have to be alone.
I love the lighting. It's so subtle.
I had a very slight chance because the sun was coming in and out, and they had just walked into the sunlight, and I was just like fumbling my camera. I was like, I have to get it. And I actually got it. This was like 1 out of 3 photos, and it was actually the first shot.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We truly appreciate you guys. I know this episode only had 1 camera and was very light on the topic, but next episode we actually plan on having something special similar to our previous episode. And I'm super excited. Again, apologies if you were unable to see this live. We were having technical issues. But again, this will be posted. If not on the night of the 6th, you will actually see this on the night of the 7th. So
yeah, we're not gonna sweat about it. We're gonna continue to enjoy the day, and we hope you as well.
Yeah.
If you're in Chicago area,
enjoy that weather.
Blazing over here, but it's starting to cool down.
Yeah, that breeze feels nice. But
really nice.
Tune in next week on Tuesday for another episode of Mixed Media. Thanks for tuning in. We're your hosts, Live with Enrique.
Ariana Villalon.
And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.